Call the June meeting of the Augusta County School Board to order. And our first item is pledge to the flag, so if you would join me, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Our next item is special recognition, VSBA art winners, and I think Mr. Cash is going to take care of that for us.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Great.
These new mics, you know.
Good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to present tonight. As I call the winners of each level up, they can go ahead and come on up here and stand beside me. I'm going to turn the mic over to them at the end so they can talk to you all a little bit. Okay. My name is Steve Cash, and I have the fortune of serving as the Fine Arts Supervisor for Augusta County Public Schools. Tonight, it's my pleasure to recognize 3 outstanding students who have excelled in art during the school year. Each year, the Virginia School Board Association holds a statewide art contest, and each school submits one piece of art to be considered for the county's as the county's representative for their specific level. The committee then selects one elementary, one middle, and one high school piece to represent Augusta County at the regional competition. It's my pleasure to recognize those winners at this time. For elementary school, the winner was Olivia Anderson from Stump Elementary with her piece, Great Wave Art. For middle school, the winner was Jean Makwamba from Wilson Middle School with her piece, Camofella. At the regional competition as well, Jean's piece was awarded first place overall and goes on to compete at the state level.
Okay.
You can come on up here as well. And for high school, the winner was Emmanuel Camden from Stuart Straft High School with her piece, The Lighthouse on the Rocks.
Okay.
I would also like to take this time to recognize Brandy Wolf from Stump, Margaret Miller, who's with us this evening, from Wilson Middle School, and Spencer Yancey from Stuart Straft High School for their exceptional instruction and guidance, not only for these 3, but for all of our students. We're incredibly fortunate to have such strong art programs across the county. Congratulations to our winners and their teachers, and at this time, I'll turn it over to the students, and they can have a little conversation with you all.
Hello, I'm Olivia Anderson. I am currently in 5th grade, and I am in Guy K. Stump Elementary School.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your artwork.
Yeah.
So I created the Great Wave Art heart, and I love the wave because I really love the splash and we used sticks to create all the background.
Okay. Any questions? That is really good. Very good.
Hello, my name is Jean Makwamba. I'm currently in 8th grade, about to be a freshman, and I'm from Wilson Middle School.
Okay. Can you tell us about your artwork?
So, when I was painting it, it was an assignment, and I was trying to search for an image that was kind of challenging for me because I really like art, and I was really inspired by my older cousin who is a painter too, and I wanted to draw something more realistic. So I found something challenging from the internet. She's a South African singer, and I just started painting. And then I remember some of the paintings that he showed me, and I tried remembering all the techniques, and that's why I painted that.
Okay. And you also were first place in the region, is that right?
Yes.
All right. Well, congratulations. That is good.
I'm Emmanuel Camden. I'm a rising junior at Draft. And for this piece, I really just wanted to like paint water and do something that was a bit out of my comfort zone, because normally I paint portraits and stuff like that. But for this assignment, we were tasked with doing a landscape, and so I just really wanted to try something interesting and new.
Okay. Excellent.
Thank you.
From someone that can't even draw stick figures, I am greatly impressed. You guys are extremely talented. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all three of you. I mean, we've got a lot of really good, talented kids in our schools, and you three are exceptionally talented artists. So, congratulations. You represented us real well. Okay. Any comments from board members? Other than I'm totally impressed.
Very good.
All right, consent agenda. Yeah, we're going to be boring from now on, so if you'd like to go, you're more than welcome to go. Are there any changes to the consent agenda?
No, sir.
I move that we accept make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the consent agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries, we get 6-0. All right, delegations. Do we have anyone that has signed up tonight?
Yes, sir. We have one speaker, Karen Hayes.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Karen Hayes. I live in the Pastor's District. I'm here to remind the school board that you're the first line of defense for our children. You're the watchman on the wall. It matters that our policies do not have cracks that allow influences that undermine the health and well-being of our children. We can't have too many safeguards in place. It's easier to seal up a small crack than it is to repair a broken dam. I want to thank the school board members that supported Dr. Griffin's proposal to make the policy more narrow, more clarified as far as the books that were in our library. She's trying to establish clear boundaries that protect our children. I was disappointed that the school board chose not to narrow and clarify that policy regarding materials. This discussion is not about banning books, it's about choosing what is appropriate for children in a school setting and setting reasonable standards for the materials available to students. Clarifying the policy about not choosing books with illicit sexual acts is called protecting our children. Mr. Ochiltree mentioned that we do have a policy and review process after a book has already been found in our libraries, after children have already checked them out. You know, once a book is available on the shelf, children have already been exposed to content before concerns are addressed and reviews are completed. Those children cannot unsee what they have been exposed to. And that is why we're asking for explicit wording in the policy, clear definitions and standards that are not censorship. They are proactive safeguards designed to protect all students. We already have policies and procedures for reviewing challenged books, but those processes can take time, and that does not protect the children who've already been exposed to it. A reactive approach alone is not enough when it comes to protecting our children. We need to be proactive. Mr. Shiflett mentioned trusting the librarians. The reality is our culture has changed significantly since we were children. As a school board of Augusta County, we have authority to choose what our kids are exposed to and at what ages. We cannot blindly trust the state of Virginia or national associations to dictate what is appropriate for our children. Children are already encountering more and more things at younger and younger ages. And this is why clear, definitive boundaries matter. We need to protect the innocence and well-being of our children by ensuring that school library materials are developmentally appropriate. Waiting until after the exposure occurs is not the best way to safeguard students. Adding language that specifically excludes illicit sexual acts from school libraries is a reasonable, responsible, and proactive measure to protect all children. We need to keep the Trojan horse out of Augusta County. We need to fortify our borders against those things that threaten our way of life. It is the small foxes that spoil the vine. Thank you.
Thank you. Correspondence, Dr. Troxel.
Yes, sir. I have one item, Mr. Chairman, and that is Mr. Baska shared an update with me last evening about yesterday's Feeding Augusta summer program. He shared that rough estimates put us around serving 1,000 children all across Augusta County yesterday. After providing 10 breakfasts and 10 lunches per child, our nutrition staff across 6 schools served about 20,000 meals in 2 hours' time. They actually ran out of food at 4 of the 6 locations, even after preparing more meals than they provided last summer. Want to make sure everyone is aware that the next Feeding Augusta Day will be Wednesday, June 17th. Mr. Baska has assured me that he and his team are ready, making preparations to accommodate the even higher than expected numbers to ensure that all children and families who visit one of the sites will leave with their 10 days worth of meals. This turnout's absolutely wonderful, and I just want to take the opportunity to thank Mr. Baska, his staff, our school-based nutrition staff, and employees for their hard work to provide these meals this summer.
Absolutely, that's quite a task. Technology reimbursement resolution, Ms. Maherfer.
Hello, good evening. Enclosed in your board packet tonight is a technology reimbursement resolution. Annually, the Virginia Public School Authority issues a series of notes from which the proceeds are used to fund the Educational Technology Grant Program, which provides funding to school divisions to develop and implement the SOL Web-Based Technology Initiative. Funding for this program is targeted to achieve 3 main goals: establish a computer-based instructional and testing system for the standards of learning, assure adequate high-speed, high-bandwidth capability for instructional, remedial, and testing needs, and establish at least a 5-to-1 student-computer ratio. The adoption of this resolution is a requirement in order for the school division to reimburse itself for technology-related expenditures to be incurred in the 2026-2027 school year. The proceeds from the notes flow to the school division in June, so this resolution tonight will be needed in order to realize the bond proceeds in June of 2027. The passing of this resolution is required in order for the school board to receive $544,000 in state revenues to be issued in the form of an expenditure reimbursement. Qualifying expenditures made more than 60 days prior to the adoption of the reimbursement resolution are not reimbursable. Therefore, it is important that this resolution is passed no later than September 1st, 60 days prior to the beginning of the fiscal year. As stated, anticipated revenues from the sale of the notes for Augusta County Schools is anticipated at $544,000 for the upcoming fiscal year. Grants to school divisions are based on a $26,000 amount per school and a $50,000 amount per division. At this point tonight, I do request that the board pass this resolution. Are there any questions about the program or the resolution?
Any questions?
I do, Mr. Chairman. Just because I don't totally understand everything here. And I have no problem with the resolution, but I'm trying to figure out, so does the state borrow money to give us this?
Yes.
Or does Augusta County borrow money?
The state is borrowing the money, and this is the proceeds from that bond sale.
And was this something set up somewhere in the distant past that every year they'll borrow money to pay for technology all over the state?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's been around for quite some time.
Other questions? We will need a motion to approve the reimbursement resolution.
I move that we approve it.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second that we approve the reimbursement resolution for technology. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you.
After-school childcare, Dr. Ball.
Yes, sir. Good evening. So in August, I came before you and asked for you to consider an exception to our building use policy so that Stump Elementary School and UK Castle Elementary School could work with Cambridge Learning Center to host an after-school care program. You all approved that. So I'm here this evening because those two schools would like to continue to work with Cambridge to offer that. And then in addition, Riverheads Elementary School would like to work with Cambridge to do that same after-school program opportunity for childcare in those hours. So again, this represents a bit of an exception to your building use policy that indicates we'll work primarily or exclusively with not-for-profit organizations. Cambridge is for-profit, but our schools have worked extensively for other options to make available to families and haven't been successful in that. But the Cambridge program is a year in and successful at those two schools, Stump and Castle, so we'd like to continue to work there and then extend that at Riverheads. So I'm asking your approval for that this evening.
Any questions? How many students were served now last year at those two schools? Do you know?
I don't have the exact number. If you'll recall, they started a bit later into the school year, so the numbers were small. I actually spoke with Becky Gilkerson, who's the principal at Stump, and so she was saying that numbers increased throughout the school year, and she mentioned that the families that ended this past year participating in that program are returning at Stump, and then they had some additional. So I don't know exact numbers, but the program is sustainable at those two schools, and we're expecting that to be the case at Riverheads also.
Okay. Any questions? Do we have a motion to approve the after-school care program?
So moved.
I will add before the second that this is a situation where we will, if approved, Dr. Troxel will reach out to our Board of Supervisors because the Code of Virginia specifically addresses childcare in school facilities, and we get their support according to that regulation.
Okay. We need a second.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the after-school child care. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you.
And I think you have the memorandum of understanding.
Yes, sir. So we typically enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Sheriff's Department to house or to host our school resource officers in addition to just some general obligations and safety commitments to work with them in our schools. So we do that 2 years at a time. Currently, the agreement that we have now ends on June 30th of this year. We, as a school division, don't have any proposed changes to that, nor does the Sheriff's Office at this time. So I'm presenting the same memorandum of understanding that we are currently working under with the dates of July 1, 2026 through June 30th, 2028. Requesting your approval of that, please.
Any questions? This involves our SROs.
Yes, sir.
We will need a motion to approve that memorandum of understanding.
So move. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the memorandum of understanding. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0. And you're still there.
Yes, sir, still here. We are back to the topic of recommended policy revision. So we began that conversation in April at our work session and reviewed those thoroughly. There have been a few additions that we've shared with you and made available to the public since then. So tonight I am asking for your approval for the staff recommended policy revisions that are before you and have been reviewed again since April, to be effective July 1.
Any questions on the policy additions and revisions? Again, this is what we worked on back in April, and we've had it.
With some updates and
Yes,
additions.
there've been a
since.
few updates, but they've been presented to us. We've had those available.
Yes, sir.
We'll need a motion to approve those policy additions and revisions.
Can I ask a quick question? Are these the same ones that were emailed to us and the additions?
Yes.
That you sent,
Yes,
these
all of
last
that
three?
is what has been provided to you, and when it was provided to you, the link available to the public was updated at each of those
Okay,
times.
all right, gotcha, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. So no board-suggested policies are included?
Not for our recommended revisions. That would be for the board to discuss and act upon.
Because I thought Mr. Lawson was his incorporated, the one around meetings?
No, I believe the request was for the kind of research and explanation of some language, but no specific. What I'm presenting does not include a staff, school board recommended.
Are you asking about the remote participation?
Yeah.
That's in here.
Okay,
That's a staff recommended.
all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Policy 2.11.
Any other questions? And by approving this draft, this will include a remote participation, is that right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
yeah. We will need a motion to approve the draft policy additions and revisions for 2020, for 26, 27.
I move that we go approve the revisions as they are for 26, 27.
Okay. Been moved and second that we approve the draft policy additions and revisions for 26, 27. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you. I have one final piece, please.
All right.
So with the approval of the revision to policy 2.11, we are asking approval for the school board member remote participation according to the revision of that policy that identifies an annual approval process. So we'll ask for your approval of this at this time and then incorporate this practice into our new year procedures and approvals in January moving forward.
Okay, so that would be something we would review on a yearly basis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And we would do that in January when we do all of our other revisions that we do on a yearly basis.
After this initial approval, please.
Right, right. Okay. Any questions on that?
Does this work for the rest of the year? I mean, as far as remoting in for a,
So it would be effective July 1.
so it's not based on a board approval at an individual meeting?
Right, that's been the practice to this point. This policy sets it up so that you guys approve of that process annually. And then the school board member, Dr. Trox will add anything that I might miss, but the school board member who's requesting to participate remotely would still have to offer their explanation and their reason as the policy outlines, but specific approval for that individual to participate remotely would not need to happen meeting by meeting.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
It allows us to make one approval. It's good for a year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? We need a motion to approve that as well.
Yes, please.
So move. We need a second? Been moved and second that we approve the remote policy. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. And motion carries 6-0.
Thank you all.
Thank you. All right, dates of interest for the summer of 2026.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Troxel.
Thank you. So in your notebooks, you have June, July, and August. June is rather short. Just to remind you first that June Academy has started and will go through the 25th. We are then going to have our first round of responsive classroom training, June 8th through 10. And then on June 19th, that's a holiday for all staff. All schools and division offices are closed that day. Moving into July, just a reminder that at your May meeting, you decided not to have a July school board meeting, so that note is there. Followed by a holiday for all staff on July 3rd. In your notebooks, you have the flyer for the July 8th Tech Expo at Wilson Memorial High School. If you're able to stop by for any part of that day, please do so. That is a fabulous day of professional development training for our teachers, and so many of them come back year after year to participate. Also wanted to let you know that we are having letters training for elementary teachers and reading specialists, July 13th through the 16th. And then another round of responsive classroom training, July 20th through the 22nd. On Friday, July 31st, we have our first day of new teacher orientation, and that's going to be at the Center for the Center for Instruction and Professional Learning instead of Blue Ridge Community College. So again, location change for that at the center. It's an all-day activity, but we're hoping that you can join us from 8 to 9 that morning to meet the teachers, the new teachers that work at your respective schools, and to also be introduced to all of our new teachers. Moving into August, August 3rd and 4th are also training days for our new teachers. Responsive classroom training on August 3rd, and then on August 4th, all of our new teachers will be in their schools for professional development and a work day. All teachers return on Wednesday, August 5th, and then the next day, on August 6th, we start our division professional development, starting with elementary. And on the opposite side of that, our secondary, our middle and high school teachers will have work days and professional development activities in their schools. Later that evening at 6:30, you'll have your regular school board meeting. On the next day, on that Friday, we will flip-flop. Elementary teachers will be in their schools for professional development activities, and our middle and high school teachers will be with their division counterparts or their division supervisors. Also, on Friday the 7th is our annual SAW clothing closet at Wilson Middle School from 12 to 6. This is a very successful event, and many students benefit throughout our community. Also that weekend, which is the tax-free weekend, August 7th, 8th, and 9th, is Stuff the Bus, being held at the Waynesboro and Stanton Walmarts. That is a live link for anyone in the public or anyone here that wants to sign up to work a shift or two. And then on August 10th, that's going to be a crossover day because so many supervisors cover multiple areas. It's pretty impossible for them to see everyone on their respective day. So we offer a day for those crossover professional development activities. And then any teacher that's not involved in a meeting will be at their school for a work day. And then on Tuesday, August 11th, that is the last workday for all teachers before school begins the next day on Wednesday, August 12th. August 18th is my first Region 5 Superintendent's meeting of the year. We have not determined a location yet. And then on August 25th, the ACEA monthly meeting is tentatively scheduled for 4 o'clock. I'll answer any questions about those dates.
Any questions? Just one request, be sure and remind all of us of our school board member, on the 31st. Be sure and remind us of that. And Mr. Van Devener, if you will remind me when you're going to meet with bus drivers, I will be more than glad to come and speak to the bus drivers. We appreciate them, and we need to let them know that sometimes. But I'll be glad to do that. Just let me know as far ahead as you can, please.
And
Okay.
Mr. Van Devener let all of us know. 'Cause
Yeah, that'd
if I
be
can't-
fine. Let
if I
everybody
can,
know.
I'd like to be there.
Okay.
We'll We might bring the whole crowd.
I'll be happy to coordinate that and send one email to all of you if that's what you would
Okay.
like.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, that would be great.
Very good.
That would be great. Any other questions or comments on the June, July, August calendar? It's hard to believe we're talking about school starting back up, but
I know.
it's still 2 months away.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, there's still some vacation time in there. I'll get to the right page here. Ms. Brake.
Can I jump back in with the listening
Oh,
sessions?
yeah, March listening sessions. I missed
That's all
it.
right. No worries.
Yes, jump back in.
right.
Absolutely.
Well, I felt that it was important to provide you with an update or a summary of what I learned throughout my listening sessions in March. I also want to make this available to the public so that you're aware of what all was presented. So again, I'm going to do that this evening. There were, if you move on, a total of 7 meetings or 7 sessions altogether. They're listed there for you. There was one in each of the 5 attendance areas, then one at North River Elementary and one at Craigsville Elementary. A busy month, but a lot of learning. I really enjoyed being out and meeting with individuals. I want to thank you, the board members, for coming to various meetings. I really appreciated you being there and your support. We also had central office administrators, principals, and assistant principals in attendance. Also had a number of parents and guardians who showed up to speak and to listen, along with teachers and staff and some community members that may not have had children in school but were very interested in being there. I will add that it was really nice to see the engagement between the teachers and the parents that were assembled. And this is a time when we weren't in a parent-teacher conference, we weren't at a school setting for a meeting. It was just really good dialogue to see that exchange. I think both groups probably learned a lot from the other. And then I want to give a special thank you to the executive staff members who came and took notes. It was very hard for me to listen and take notes at the same time, so they were there to take notes for me. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you this evening. The purpose, of course, was for me to engage with school and community stakeholders to identify areas of strength and growth for Augusta County Public Schools. To do that, I sent out letters to all of the staff and all of the families for each school, told them what we were doing, when we were doing it, and I included these guiding questions. So these were the questions that I used to engage conversations and dialogue. Those are, what traditions and beliefs do we value as a school division? What are the strengths of Augusta County Public Schools? What areas do you have for improvement? How can we ensure high standards of academic achievement for all students? What are the challenges we face? And what are your expectations of me as your new superintendent? I will tell you that what I'm going to share this evening were the themes that were across all of the meetings. If there was anything school-specific that is not in this presentation, those have been shared with the current principals and with the new principals before they move into their respective schools. But we'll start with traditions and beliefs. There was an overwhelming sense of community that was relayed at these meetings or these sessions. Individuals believe in strong relationships between schools, parents, and community as being necessary for supporting the schools. Our community believes that all children are valued and cared for, and all children can learn and achieve at high levels. Safe and secure schools are highly valued. That was said across all of the sessions. Additionally, the community values opportunities for students, especially those at Valley Career and Technical Center and at the Shenandoah Valley Governor's School. There's appreciation and value in there being strong partnerships among all of the schools within each of the feeder patterns. And many individuals value us finding creative solutions to challenges. I can stop and answer questions if you like, or I can answer questions at the end. I'll just keep going unless you tell me not to.
We'll stop you if we need to.
All right. So according to our community, these are the strengths they see in Augusta County Public Schools. They feel that we are student-centered. They think that we place a high priority on safety and security. They appreciate the strong partnership with the Sheriff's Office and having SROs in or assigned to all schools. They believe we have outstanding teachers, administrators, and staff. They appreciate strong professional development for teachers and staff. They appreciate improved communication, especially with the new Parent Square app. Parents really appreciate not having to receive messages in multiple platforms. That one app, they really do appreciate being able to receive messages from and to contact the teacher directly. Community support for schools is a strength. Additionally, many individuals cited all of the co-curricular and extracurricular activities that we provide for students, as well as the numerous clubs and athletics programs that we offer. Also among number of the sessions, individuals cited the FFA and agriculture programs. Many said that a shared vision and mission is apparent. Many noted improvements in transportation processes. Many feel that there is an emphasis on the whole child in elementary grades and that there's a strong instructional focus. Each of the 5 areas appreciate having a feeder middle and high school within each district. That came out as well. Areas for improvement. Increased transparency when communicating important information to parents and guardians, both from a school and division level. Healthier breakfast and lunch options and more menu variety. Parents and guardians would like more assistance understanding instructional technology in order to assist their children at home. Several cited the Canvas program. Many cite the desire for a better balance of technology use in the classroom and a strong desire for less screen time. And I can tell you that that is something we are already diving into for the 26-27 school year. That came out a great deal, especially amongst our elementary parents. There's a desire to see continued support for low socioeconomic families and additional after-school program offerings. Next, after the winter that we had, it was suggested that we consider the use of snow routes and remote learning during extended school closures. And that is certainly something I have interest in pursuing as we get back to school this fall. Increased mental health support for students was another area. Increased focus on developing students' foundational skills and knowledge. Looking for ways to strengthen students' resilience was also brought out at several sessions, as was the need to alleviate strain on elementary teachers who have had to learn new or revised curricula and new instructional programs. A number of sessions also cited the need for more instructional aides at our elementary schools. Ensuring high standards of academic achievement. There's a desire for us to have a continued focus on data-driven instruction, smaller class sizes, particularly at the elementary level, finding new ways to support our elementary teachers as they teach multiple contents. There was also a request from parents to help them better understand their students' SOL results. Our community would like to see improved compensation for teachers and staff. Again, less focus on technology use, but especially on standardized tests as much as possible. Continued outreach to parents to support student engagement. And many cited adding differentiated coursework for high school students. And I know that that is something that we have already started working on with our UCGS course offerings that Dr. Melton and her team are working on. What challenges we face? Navigating artificial intelligence in the classroom and home was communicated amongst all 7 sessions. Community members also cited behavior challenges in younger children, a lack of state funding to meet state mandates and ever-changing initiatives. Many cited teacher retention, teacher shortage, the fact that student attendance at school is declining and they would like to see that improved, as is a continuance to provide equity that focuses on all learners. Some individuals feel that there's too much external, not internal, but too much external focus and pressure on passing tests. And then finally, expectations of the superintendent, continued strong communication, especially with school closures. Many individuals appreciated the timing of those calls and the explanations. Individuals want the superintendent to be visible in the community and in schools. Visit classrooms regularly, talk with and involve teachers and students in decision-making. Provide opportunities for all stakeholders to give feedback. Have more listening sessions in the future. Respect all perspectives. Don't lose sight of doing what's best for students. Keep a community focus. Be transparent, approachable, and authentic. Support teacher and administrator professional development. Understand that I am a role model for staff and students. Spend public funds wisely. And many cited the need to achieve work-life balance to stay healthy in order to meet the demands of the position. That was said across multiple sessions, so I know you all are going to come back and remind me of that.
We have.
Yes.
Staff and I will dive into these. Certainly, I'll answer questions, but as you think on these, if there are specific goals and things that you would like to see staff and I tackle during the 26-27 school year, we would love to continue that conversation. But this was the first time doing something like this. I feel that they were very well attended. And as promised at the sessions, I wanted to give a report back to the community about what all was shared. So thank you all again for supporting me in doing that.
Okay, well, I think they were very well received. The people that I've talked to very much appreciated the time and effort that you put into doing the visitations. And I guess if multiple ones of us have told you, remember, you have a family. And you can't be everywhere all the time, and you have 2 daughters getting ready to go off to college. So you need to be sure that, you know, you spend your time wisely, I guess, and spend some time with family as well.
Yes, sir, I will.
Any board members have any comments? Okay. Moving on.
One comment,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman. So, thanks again, Dr. Troxel, for all the listening sessions, and I know I enjoyed. I think I went to 3 of them. Have you thought about what the future is in terms of, would this be an annual thing in your mind, or what are you thinking there?
Well, since my children will be at college, yes, I can keep doing these in the future. But if not in this format, I think another idea that I've had is to reach out to the schools that have active parent-teacher organizations, and maybe in addition to these, being available and going to those meetings and talking in small groups with parents. So, yes, we can do all of those.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments? All right. We're going to get to you, Ms. Brake. I jumped the gun on it, but we're ready for you now.
Third time's the charm. All right, good evening. In your blue folder, you will find the personnel action page for this evening's meeting. I'm respectfully asking for your approval of personnel actions numbered 1 through 36. In May, contracts were issued, and we required those to be signed by May 22nd. And while the number of personnel actions may seem like a lot, they are in line with the past several years that have been brought before, of personnel action that have been brought before the board in the month of June. So as always, if you would like to exclude any action by number, you may do so, and I'm happy to discuss that with you further in closed session.
Okay. Any questions or comments? This is, ones of you that have seen these before in June, this is pretty normal for this time of year. We do see a number of retirements and resignations and people moving on to other things. So that just means Ms. Brake's got job security to fill those positions now.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, we're at 36 this year. Last year we were at 41, and the year before that we were at 40. So a little bit less.
Okay. We will need a motion to approve personnel action.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the personnel action as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we approve personnel action as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0. And you have support staff of the month.
Yes, sir. So for June, we have 3 support staff members of the month. They are all from our elementary schools. Not that our middle and high school support staff members aren't equally as important. We just have more elementary schools, and they haven't been recognized so far this year. So first, from Stump Elementary, oh, I should mention, I apologize, that this month the support staff members are sponsored by Atlantic Union Bank. And so we're very appreciative of that. And first, from Stump Elementary School, we have Megan Doyle, who serves as a secretary. When Stump Elementary experienced hardships with staffing in the main office, Ms. Doyle really stepped up to help. She picked up new tasks, and she handled everything that came her way and kept the office, and according to her principal, really the whole school running very smoothly. She does much more than just her job. She knows every student, teacher, and family who walks through the doors and greets them with a smile and listens to them. People in the school and the community know her as someone who genuinely cares about the students and wants what's best for them. What makes Megan so great is what makes Miss Doyle so great at what she does is that you can count on her. Miss Gilkerson says she has a big heart, and she is truly invested in Stump Elementary. Thank you, Megan, for all that you do. Next, from Churchville Elementary is Thomas Reed. He is the head custodian there. And Miss Barb wrote about him and said that Mr. Tom, as he is affectionately called, is the heart and soul of Churchville Elementary. He keeps the building looking great and makes sure that things run smoothly day in and day out. Often you'll see him greeting staff and students with a smile, asking folks how they're doing, and always jumping in to help out when someone needs something. He takes time to connect with the students and staff, which makes the school feel like a second home. She shared that what was really special about Mr. Tom is that he doesn't just clock out and then go home and forget about Churchville. Instead, he's thinking about the building on the weekends and during breaks, making sure that everything is in excellent condition for when everyone returns. He's truly committed to Churchville Elementary, but honestly, they shared that they could not do things without him. Miss Barb says, Mr. Tom, thank you for everything that you do, for being kind, for working hard, and making Churchville feel like a place where everyone belongs and is appreciated. And third this evening is Katie Ward, who is an instructional aide at Wilson Elementary. It was shared that Ms. Ward has made an incredible difference at Wilson Elementary for students and for staff, and she's someone that they have all come to really count on. She has a natural ability to connect with students while also pushing them to do their best, both academically and behaviorally. She has learned a lot about the new reading curriculum and is able to support that thoroughly across the grade levels. She steps in and provides extra support for students who are struggling, whether she's working with them in classes or pulling them out for extra support. She's flexible, caring, and genuinely invested in helping all of the children succeed. It was shared that what stands out about her is how she builds her relationships with students. Each morning, you can see her taking time to greet students as they head to class, and you will also see students seeking her out to say hello and just to get some encouragement. She sees the students as people and not just students in a classroom. It was shared that she cares deeply, works very hard, and makes Wilson Elementary a better place. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and congratulations to our support staff and to all of our support staff. You know, we couldn't run this thing without them.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
They're an absolute necessity, and we certainly appreciate them. Dr. Belton.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure to talk about our teachers and celebrate our Teachers of the Month. For elementary, Jen Colvin is our Teacher of the Month. Jen Colvin is an outstanding first grade teacher at Stewart's Draft Elementary, and her dedication to meeting the needs of every learner is evident in all that she does. She works tirelessly to differentiate core instruction, ensuring that each student receives the support and challenges needed to grow and succeed. Her classroom is a warm, inviting, and beautifully designed space where children feel welcomed, valued, and excited to learn. At any given moment, Jen's room is buzzing with purposeful activity as students are actively engaged, productively busy, and accountable for their learning. Through her thoughtful planning, high expectations, and commitment to student success, Jen creates a learning environment where all students can thrive. Our middle school Teacher of the Month, and she was here earlier this evening, is Mrs. Margaret Miller. Mrs. Miller exemplifies excellence in art education at Wilson Middle School through her dedication to student growth, creativity, and community engagement. She consistently showcases student artwork not only within her classroom, but throughout the school and local community, creating authentic opportunities for students to feel pride in their work. Through both her classes and clubs, she fosters an environment where students are encouraged to explore new techniques, take creative risks, and develop their artistic voice. Her ability to inspire and support students regardless of their ability ensures that every student, every learner feels valued. In addition to her work in the classroom, Mrs. Miller goes above and beyond by supporting gifted and talented art students and leads members of the WMS Art Club. She actively encourages student involvement in the community, and her students consistently participate in and earn top recognition at the Riverfest and VSBA art contests. Furthermore, she serves the division as a gifted art adjudicator, providing thoughtful feedback to students across all ACPS schools. And finally, we have Mr. Russell Blackburn. As the chorus teacher for both Riverhead's middle and high schools, Mr. Blackburn has made a significant impact in just 2 years. His enthusiasm and passion for teaching are evident in the growth of both programs, as student interest and enrollment have increased due to his strong ability to connect with students. He fosters a positive and engaging learning environment, instilling confidence in his students that is reflected in their continued growth and development throughout the year. Beyond the classroom, Mr. Blackburn is deeply committed to the success of the Fine Arts program. He actively supports the drama productions, including the one-act play and spring musical, and has served as an adjudicator for gifted music students. He has also collaborated with band colleagues and elementary teachers to create a seamless K-12 music experience for the Riverhead students. His selection to lead the Middle School Valley Honor Choir in 2025 and the Elementary Honor Choir in 2026 highlights the respect he has earned among his colleagues. Mr. Blackburn's leadership, talent, and dedication certainly make him an absolutely valuable asset to Augusta County Schools. We congratulate all of our Teachers of the Month and all of our teachers for a successful school year. Thank you.
Absolutely. Congratulations, and hopefully they'll get a well-deserved rest and get rejuvenated for next year. So when we open back up, they'll be ready to go. School board members, and we'll start with Dr. Griffin.
Well, let's see. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Buffalo Gap girls softball team win on Tuesday night, and I'm wondering what happened tonight. If anybody knows, let me know. I think Mr. Ochiltree may have an inside source to get us the score. But it was just fun, just a lot of fun, and clearly the young ladies had a good time. And I especially enjoyed the student graduation speakers at Buffalo Gap and Fort Defiance High, those two graduations that I went to, because they were incredibly impressive young people. And they just made me feel really proud that they're a product of our school system. They were just very, very impressive, very articulate, and just really impressed. Then finally, I wanted to just bring up a topic that we can all think about as we lay in our lounge chairs this summer, or not, for those averse to the sun. But as you know, there's a national trend away from the use of technology, or particularly Chromebooks, in the elementary grades. Some school systems are limiting them beyond the elementary grades, but increasingly research is showing that they really, the negatives are probably outweighing the positives. And a number of districts have completely done away with using them in K-1, and some have gone all the way through elementary, and some are re-examining its use in high school. And for years, I was actually in on the beginning of this when schools were wondering. I was working, I think at the university at that time, but we were all wondering, is this a good thing or a bad thing? And that was a very long time ago. And we jumped into it because it looked like it might be a really, really good thing. But there's been a lot of disappointment about things we thought the computers and the software would help us do. And it hasn't proven to be effective. So I think we just need to think about how we want to approach that, and I'm sure we'll get lots of advice from our tech staff and other staff people. I was at a conference this last weekend, and I heard several speakers address technology, and I was shocked at what one speaker said, and he was going through all the ways technology has changed our lives. And I could think of a few. He had so many that I hadn't even thought of. So technology has dramatically changed every one of us, and particularly removing the need for any face-to-face interaction. One speaker went through how much of your life you could live without ever talking to a human being. You can order food, you can order a ride, if you're in a city with the driverless cars, you don't have a driver, on and on and on. And humanly, we're social beings. And technology is stealing some of that humanity away from us. And I just think we need to start thinking about how much of our humanity we want to give away, because it has dramatically impacted how we interact socially. And we've already taken care of the cell phones, I hope. And we already knew it was damaging students' ability to interact with each other. And young children have much more limited social skills now than they used to, thanks to all the time their parents spend with their devices. So I just think we need to think about it very seriously and remember that there's more to life than the efficiency of the technology mediating everything we do. So I'm very concerned about it, and I just think we need to start thinking about it as a board. There's a lot of help, a lot of literature out there about how to think about it, and there are a lot of districts that have already done it, removed Chromebooks from elementary. And in one state, I think, I've forgotten what state, they're even considering a law where 70% of instruction and instructional activities must be pencil paper. I don't know that the law is passed, but it is being considered. So I think it's time for us to think about it, not just because it's a trend, but because if you think about what it means to be human, you begin to realize how much of our humanity is being stolen, or we're giving it away. It's not being stolen, we're giving it away to technology. So that's all I have.
Dr. Ogletree?
Yes, sir. I did attend the retirement dinner. It was heartbreaking and heartwarming to see some of those retirees. I've known some of them for a long, long time, and they seem to be well ready to enter their retirement. I went to 2 graduations. Buffalo Gaps, and I too appreciate the speakers. I think they gave a very good showing of the class at Buffalo Gap that graduated this year. And I also attended Wilson's graduation, and I believe, Dr. Troxel, correct me if I'm right, those students garnered over $1 million in scholarships. I'm sure that the other schools are comparable to that. That says we're doing something right. Did go to the softball game, girls softball game. Well, it is girls. It's playing softball the other night against Luray. They had a good showing. A lot of good chemistry on that team. I think they're ready to go up the hill though and play on the new field next year. They won't lose many of the players, so they should be ready to roll next year. I would like to congratulate all of the new administrative appointments here at the end of the school year. There's been a lot of them. I just hope that everybody has a good summer. Well, they'll be working, but hope they have a restful summer and they're ready to roll in the fall. And just would like to congratulate them and look forward to working with them, especially in the Gap area where we got a bunch of new ones. And I finally got to meet Mr. Alt at the softball game the other night. And he looks like he's ready to roll as well at Buffalo Gap High School.
Okay. Mr. Lawson.
I had a couple of graduations as well. The first one was at River Ridge Learning Center, and this was our first completed year. And we graduated 3 students and out of that, and so it was wonderful. And I just wanted to thank Dr. Ball for her work in that. Also, Dr. Barber from Waynesboro put a lot into it, and Ms. Christian and their staff. They really came together, and this was uncharted waters for us. It's a brand new pilot school, and it did really well. And then also at the Stuart Straft High School graduation, the same thing. We had excellent speakers, a great commencement ceremony, and a lot of fun there. It was really well done. And then just also wanted to echo what John said, and thanks to the school administration, staff, and teachers, and everyone for a strong year, and this summer to get geared back up for another year to launch here soon. So, but we just thank you for your hard work.
Mr. Whitmire.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I'd like to follow up to what Dr. Griffin was mentioning with technology. I had a constituent last year that recommended a book to me on the negative effects that technology, and in particular social media and screen time, is having on our kids and really all of us. So if you're looking for a light summer reading, I recommend The Anxious Generation. Pretty eye-opening stuff, and I think quite relevant to where we are in this world these days. I attended the retirement dinner. I want to say congratulations and a big thank you to all of our retirees and everyone that helped put that together. It was a very nice event. Had a nice rainstorm, but it ended at the right time as well. In terms of graduations, I was able to attend the Governor's School closing ceremony and then follow that with Riverheads and Wilson. It was nice seeing the graduation at JMU. And Dr. Troxel, congratulations on both of your daughters and their speeches. It was overall a very impressive event, and I think just want to say thank you to all of our teachers and staff, and a big congratulations to our graduates.
Mr. Schwartzel.
I did attend an elementary school at Wilson, a completion. I'd never been to one of those before. A lot of kids, packed gym. Very exciting. They're a bunch of nervous kids now because now they're going to middle school and they're not sure how to handle that. The other thing, the tech school we brought that up numerous times. A lot of good things going there. They did, I think, have a record sale for their house. They met what they needed to meet, and then what they sold it for is more than got them squared up to push and build another one for next year, maybe 2. Any of you know anything about construction? We're going to talk about the possibility of maybe they pretty much build the same house every year, square footage wise. So we're going to talk about possibly putting out a permanent crawl space, because they currently build those frames on piers. And it's I'm not gonna get into all this, but it's extremely hard to get those things squared up when it's basically cantilevered. So if, for years and years and years, that's how they've done it. And talking to them, that's one of the challenging things at the very beginning is getting that squared up. And so I thought, okay, well, what if we just put a crawl space there? The size that we've been building. And you could even make a smaller one, but you could shorten it up, and make a second wall. But anyhow, that's just, that was a great time. So I'm gonna keep looking into that, but that's all I've got.
Okay, got a couple of things. An update, Market Animal Show banquet, attended that, and between the sale and the support auction and everything that went on with the Market Animal Show, the dollar value is somewhere around $675,000 for those kids that were involved in the Market Animal Show. So we had a very good banquet. As always, the food was excellent and very, very well attended. I went to the academic awards at Fort Defiance and recognized a lot of exceptional students. I think our scholarship awards amounted to about $2.4 million that those kids, and there were some kids going across there that were getting a full ride. And I'm like, man, that's impressive. I mean, you're talking $100-some thousand full ride to the universities. Went to Fort Defiance graduation, and very nice. The students, the speakers, very articulate. I was very impressed with what they had to say. We've got a lot of good kids. I tell you, it's impressive. And I went to the administrative admin camp and had an opportunity there to see a lot of new faces and a lot of old faces in new places. And I was very, very happy to attend that and get a chance to talk to some folks and meet some new people. And we've got a lot of changes this year. I know down at the Fort Defiance complex, they're going to have to wear name badges for a while. Let's put it that way. It's a lot of change, but you know, we've got a lot of good folks coming on. So I was pleased to meet with some of them and interact with them. That's all I've got. Closed session.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I move the board convene in a closed session for the following purposes: discussing and considering assignment, promotion, demotion, dismissal, salaries, and/or resignation of specific school board employees pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1. Pursuant to Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A7 for briefing by staff members pertaining to probable FOIA and contract litigation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded. We convene in closed session. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 6-0. We will convene in closed session, and thank all of you for coming tonight.